Hi, I am Astrid, I am Wattle and Wool, and welcome back to my YouTube. So today I'm doing it just after work. Normally I dress a little bit better for you guys, but that's okay. I've just picked up a big parcel. And I wanted to run home and open it, but I also really wanted to show you guys like my unfiltered expressions. So I thought I would do a quick podcast, quick recording, and show you what I got. Okay, so there's not a lot of knitting today because I am going through my Advent. So I am working up my good copy with everybody else of my Advent that I have designed for the Stitch Craft and Wizardry shawl, the yarn packages. So this is so far what we've got. This is day 1, day 2, day 3, and then day 4 and day 5. As I'm recording this, we're only up to day 3, and I am behind because I would ideally like to be like a week ahead so I can show and I can teach and I can make sure the charts are done. But back on the ranch, back home with me, I've just had all my reports due for all my teaching, which is both really difficult to have to write everything and say how, little Johnny's doing, but also it's really sad because I'm looking at, leaving, as in not leaving the school, but leaving the kids and them moving out of my classes and into next year. So it makes me very sad. It also makes me very worried that I haven't trained them well enough, and so now they're all noticing that I'm grumpy. And it's not that I'm grumpy, it's just I have no time to joke around right now because I want to get stuff done. But also, I'm so scared that they're going to go off and be with someone who doesn't know them, and then they're going to be cheeky and silly, which I love, but the teacher might not get it, and then they're going to get in trouble, and I feel like that's me, and I just, my little babies. So that's been me. I've been, oh my goodness, sleep at 1, wake up at 6, go, just trying to get things done. So this is as much as I've gotten. This has taken me 3 days to do. 3 days to do garter stitch. I have only a little bit to go, this much, to finish off, and then day 6 is currently unwrapped in here, and I'm so ready to go. I wound it up in anticipation of finishing this one off 2 nights ago. No. But hopefully tonight I will get on to day 6, and I can hopefully be more than 3 days ahead. So, crossing fingers. So yeah, this is my pattern. I designed it with Anna in mind, so I've gone garter, which, to be honest, I know she doesn't like garter. Well, okay, she doesn't hate garter. Anna doesn't hate garter. She just thinks that stitches look nicer and the colours look nicer in stocking, which I agree, like in stockinette. I totally agree with that, but I find it really easy and meditative and really calming. So I quite like garter, especially because this is knitted flat. So you just go across and then back and then across and back. So I love garter because it's just easy knitting. This one, this is like a broken rib. So the back of it, I think, looks really cool. It looks almost like a moss stitch. Can you? Oops. You see that with all the pearls, but then there's knits. It's like a moss stitch if you hold it a little bit further out. I find it really beautiful. So I actually think this is almost reversible. Like you don't get the same effect on both sides, but it is that it's cool texture on both sides. And then you're going to have to keep in touch to see what happens for the next few days. For those of you who haven't managed to purchase their Advent calendar from Anna this year, that's okay. This goes live on Ravelry on January 15th. So once everyone else has had a go and they've, done as much as they can, then it will go live, and so you can also access it. So I'm super excited. I feel like this is just beautiful, and it's something that I'm really proud of. So that's what I've been knitting on. That's it. Just that. I still have plans to do my little ornament. I was thinking about it in the car. I've got several plans actually. And I've got a couple of really close knitting friends who are going through really tough times right now. You know who you are. I'm not going to obviously say it on here because that's weird and rude. But some of my really, who I would consider close friends have talked to me and said that they are finding it tough right now, and I want to do something. So I don't know what yet. I was thinking on the drive home. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to think of something to brighten up their day. Maybe I'll just turn up at their house and just hang out and knit. I mean, that's enough to brighten someone's day. Alright, pop the ego. Let's calm down. So, presents that I've been buying for myself and forgot that were coming, and then they came. The first one to show you is Tiny Toadstool Cottage, and I love this one. Okay, so I opened it and then I had to shove it back in so that it's not quite in its beautiful nature. But let me open it and tell you. Also, it came with teas. I feel like I'm talking very fast. I'm just so excited to get this parcel. It did come with teas, but I opened it in my car, and so the teas fell in underneath the car seat, and now I can't find it. Also, I'm looking at buying a new car soon. So when I clean up my car, I'll find it and then probably drink the tea anyway because it's dry. It doesn't matter. So this is this one here. And it comes with a complimentary mini of this, which I just think is super pretty. Like I said in the last video, my tester scarf of the Advent scarf was made out of all of Jane's minis. So I clearly use them, even though I don't knit socks. And I love them, and I use all the stitch markers as well. So this one, ooh, okay, it's a little ballet shoe. I love the pink as well. I think that just ties it all in. Little ballet shoe. So this one is called All That Remained. The mini is French Rose, which I think she's given before maybe. So I really love these dusky pink colours. And it is in Sprite fingering, 100 grams, over 423 meters, 75% fine superwash merino and 25% nylon. So the perfect sock or the perfect shawl. And yes, so this one is the Steadfast Tin Soldier. So what Jane does is she always gives us like a little excerpt, and then she talks about the other books that are based on the stories, and then she gives us another page talking all about the competition that she has running. So if you guys want to have a look at it, of course I'll tag it all in. It is at Tiny Toadstool Cottage, that's her Instagram, and the hashtag TTC, so Tiny Toadstool Cottage, TTC, Yarn Club Makes 2020. So have a look through and support anyone if you like it. And yeah, I always like just having good little stock. Some people are so creative, and I mean, I kind of get sock envy, even though I'll never do them, but they're really pretty, so, you know, appreciate them. Okay, now, I don't know if you remember, but a while ago, I made a purchase online that cost me, and I didn't realize that it was in US currency, and I pressed, like, pay or spend or accept or whatever it is, and my Australian currency was not valued as high, and I think I spent another $300 than expected. So it kind of hurt deep down inside and in my purse. Sorry, my eyes are not crying, I swear. My eyes are itchy. Crying at the memory. So I kind of forgot about them, and then Gabrielle, she was once upon a corgi. She's now changed her name to Plies and Hellhounds. She basically said, look, I'm not going to get everything until the advent calendar comes out. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I've got more than enough to knit. I'm not going to get time to knit anyway. Knit all the stuff that I've ordered. So don't stress, like send it whenever. So then I got a package. Are you ready? I got a package. So this is the advent of minis. This is Gabby's interpretation of the Sarah J. Maas novels, like series, Throne of Glass. So I've given my version of the book to a friend at work. No? Where are mine? That's Tomorrow Pierce. Here we go. Okay, so this is based on Sarah J. Maas's novel Throne of Glass series. This is one of the books. There's several, I think there's 8 books in a series. And then she has another series with 3 main books. And then I think it's either 2 novellas or it's 4 books and 1 novella. Something. And so I love this author. Like, mwah, love this author. I'm so obsessed. So I love anything that is young adult and fantasy, and I love things that have little breadcrumbs. So for me, something that is mentioned in the first book and then comes alive in the third book, or in the first half of the book, and then in the second half it's developed on, and it's something like maybe you don't even notice it the first time, but you see it the 4th time of reading it. Like, I love books that are layered and intricate and deep. And this is 100% that kind of a book. So it's a bit of a cult favourite at the moment. There's a whole, what do you call it? Like fanfic, fantasy realm around it, and just, I love them. So when I saw that Gabby did her Christmas Advent in 2019 based on Sarah J. Maas and this series, I was like, yep, nah, take my money, just take it, take my money, I love this. Then I figured out that more of her yarn, which I'm going to open in a minute, is also based on these characters or these books, and again, I was like, take my money. So while I didn't expect to spend so much money, I'm really happy that I did. Well, I'm sure I will be, because maybe I might do a series a little bit later if you like it, on the book series that I've got, and why I like each book, because I love reading, but it's very, in some ways I can be very 15 in my reading tastes. I own it, I don't really care. I teach teenagers, why not read their lit as well? But yeah, I'm a massive fan of young adult fiction. I was raised on Harry Potter, so anything that isn't that genre just sings to my little heart. So this package comes, and it was in a big black, almost like packing bag thing, and it had been unwrapped and then rewrapped, and I was like, that's interesting. I've actually got it here, and as I open it, or as I get it, it says, opened by Australia Post for inspection by biosecurity, and then released from biosecurity control. Now, I don't know what the heck, but I opened up the package and this comes out, and it's an opened for inspection notice letting me know that the Australian Department of Agriculture, Water and the Environment, so a fairly big sector, has opened my package because they think it's dodgy. I don't know what's inside, because nothing's dodgy, it is yarn. So either it's like maybe the dog sniffers had like a interest in yarn. I was joking about this with a friend, and she suggested that maybe one of the postal people actually follows Gabby and they wanted to see the advent calendar early, which, look, Australia Post, if that's it, I'm fine with you opening all my packages. Like, totally have a little sneak peek, because I agree, they're great. So I've been like giggling about the reason why. So I open it up, and let me take this bit out first, and I'll talk about that in a second. But all it is just like little black, don't want them to fall out, little black containers. They've got the day number on them, and then inside are the advents. And then I have this one, which hasn't might have been opened. I haven't looked inside it yet because that's for the 25th. Actually, I think it has been opened. That's not by me. So there we go. Australia Post wanting to know all my shopping. Yeah, so I'm super excited for this and it's just looking beautiful. This so far is the colorway progression. So I'm posting them up on my Instagram at the moment. This is day 1, day 2, and day 3. Now this one, I love it. I love it. On Gabby's Instagram, she had like highlights of each one and the quotes that they come from. I'm thinking I might go and find them and add them in. The difficulty I have, so I'm trying to post them at the end of the day in Australia because I am so far ahead of America. And a lot of her customers are going to be American. And I mean, I don't know if they follow me or anything like that, but I don't want them getting the surprise ruined because my posts. So I'm trying to make sure I'm posting in the afternoon. And yeah, so I'm trying to do it responsibly and do the right thing. But that's been the first half of the package. And I was so excited to get them all. And then this is the second half. So let's have a look. Oh, someone's poked a hole in it. So let's use that as the opening point. Ooh. Oh, it's so much. They're also not closed. Don't do that, Astrid. They will all fall out. What you doing, girl? What you doing? Oh. It smells good. Sheepy. Really sheepy. Like, really sheepy. Way better than I thought it would. Okay. So, let's go through this and I'll try and remember what I did and why I bought them and what's going on. I shall do my best. Okay. First up, these are little minis. And I'm pretty sure she made these to do with her wedding. If I remember correctly. Ugh, I've got fluff in my mouth. So these are, yes. These are her minis, but I don't know the names. Is there an order form? Well, you're really getting the real impression, aren't you? No. No, there's not. That's okay. I will just not make it up and go with it. So this is her minis, and I like them together. I made sure I definitely loved this one. I wanted to buy 2 of this, and then this is the same one as well. She had a third one, and it was nice. It just wasn't my personal favorite. So I really like these for especially together. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I couldn't pass them by. They're like $5 each. Like, how can you let that go, really? So these are the first little minis that I bought. I think I said before that I was going onto her site and then like she can do this thing where you log in, and so I was curating a little wish list, and these jumped in the wish list pretty much from the minute that I jumped on. So yeah, they were always going to come home with me at some point. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is do I have matching? No. Number 2 is this one here. So this is Fireheart, which is a nickname that the main character of the Throne of Glass series is called by her later on husband. And I just think she's got like an elemental. She can use fire. Very young adult fantasy, but yeah, she's got this like magic ability to use fire because of her heritage. I don't want to give any spoilers. And this, I just think it's soft and feminine, but almost aggressive, which totally suits the character. There's elements of silver and green. You can really see that green in here, which suits her backstory. It all flows in absolutely perfectly. And this is on the Marie Cutie base. So this is 75% Corriedale, 25% nylon. It is 100 grams and 443 yards. So this one, I'm pretty sure I want to make a shawl out of. I just love it. Obviously, I'm going to be alternating skeins with this one because I can already see quite a few differences between the two of them. But I just think it's going to be such a standout. It's going to be really beautiful. And it's really warm, like really woolly. So I think even though Australian winters do not get that cold at all, I do think this will be really good to be a shawl. So I have to read the book again, get inspired by the main character, and then design something based on her to be able to complement this yarn. Obviously, right? Obviously. So this is the first one. It wasn't the first one in my cart out of all of her proper bases, but I definitely liked it a lot and really, really, really wanted to give it a go. This is it fingering? I can't remember what her bases are. I think it's fingering. Pretty sure it's fingering. So I really, I just fell in love with it and thought it just really needed to be part of my world. Yeah. Wrong fan fiction, but you get the idea. Okay, number two. Okay, so I've got 4 of this one. And I actually bought some mohair to go with. So let me open up the mohair section. The other bag. Okay. So these are the 2 that I've bought to go together. And I think they're going to complement each other so very well. So the mohair is Once Upon a Corgi. So it's Pliers and Hellhounds now, but she's still obviously using up all the rest of her tags to be, ethical and do the right thing. This is on fig lace. It is 70% kid mohair and 30% silk. Oh, it is a lace weight 50 grams and 460 yards. So this baby gonna stretch. It's gonna really get absolutely everything I need. I love the sheen of that the silk that I'm already seeing come through. And this is called He Purred. Now, another main character, it's like a secondary character, but also really important, so kind of main. The whole He Purred thing is relating to him, and it just, this is exactly the right colorway for him. Like, it's spot on. And then this one is Hello Witchling, which also goes with that main character. So this is kind of more witch, and this is more Dorian, but Manon and Dorian, and then like they go together very, very, very well. In the book, if you know what I'm talking about, like, comment down below, get excited with this fanfic with me, because like this is perfect for the He Purred. This is perfect for Hello Witchling. They are perfect together because the characters in the book are perfect together and the backstory is perfect together. And if you don't know what the book is, I am so sorry, because this is probably a lot of rambling and not a lot of sense. But yes, perfect. So perfect. So, Hello Witchling, again on the Marie Cutie, which is again 75% Corriedale, or Southwest Corriedale, SW Corriedale. And 25% nylon, 100 grams and 443 yards. So these 2, I've got 4 of these ones and 2 of these ones. And I want this to become a jumper, like a sweater, pullover, whatever you call it. I want it to be textured, and I want the pops of color to be able to shine through, especially with this gloriousness just coming in with it. I've got really strong ideas. I need to see... I need to swatch it up and see how it's going to go, which will not be happening until probably midway through next year, just with everything else I've got on my plate right now. But this is definitely plans that I have got building in my head, and I'm so excited. Yep. Apparently the police are excited too. Yay! Okay. This last one, 2 seconds. So this last one is one that I've already designed, but I'm not 100% happy with. So I don't remember if you remember. I don't know if you remember. That makes more sense. This jumper, it has a lazy cable down the front and really interesting sleeve construction. The shoulder, like this runs down the whole way. I watched Lexi Knit's latest podcast, and the poor thing, she put on a jumper the whole time and tried to carry through. She's a hero. Just for context, today with me it's 28 degrees, and in Victoria, New South Wales, that kind of area where she lives, it hit 42. So I don't know how she is coping, the poor thing. I couldn't cope. But yeah, she was wearing a jumper for like a good 3/4 of her video. Like, if you don't follow her, jump over and have a look. Give the girl some praise. Like, she's incredible. I don't understand how she could do that. She also knits so fast. She's an absolute dream. I'm going to leave that in. I don't even care. I just don't want to get too ahead of myself and say the wrong thing. So I kind of want to put this on and show you, but I'm also scared that I'm going to overheat because it is hot. But you know what, Lexi, you did it. I'm going to do it too. So this is the jumper. I'm pretty sure I did show it to you already once upon a time. I haven't sewn in any of the ends because I'm not 100% satisfied with it. A couple of things that I need to fix on it. Number one, the neckline. I like that it's so open. I really do. But I want the back to be more built up. So I need the back to be higher. More short rows, I'm thinking. I love this sleeve construction. So I absolutely love it. If I move you back... Ooh, sorry, you're on a book. That's why you are moving back so strangely. Hello. Okay. So this sleeve construction, it just continues down. I love this. I absolutely adore it. I find it so much fun. Down the bottom is like a knit inwards one. So it's like a diagonal sleeve. So from the side, it just looks like it comes out. And then underneath, obviously without the holes, it does a decrease, which I really like. If I blocked it, because I haven't even done that, if I blocked it, this would all sit in so much nicer. To be able to make the front of it, at the top of the sleeve, come out with a nicer point, which is what I really wanted, I did have to add in a lot of short rows. Again, I don't know if you can see that. They don't look as beautiful right now. I haven't blocked this. So when I block it, it would look so much nicer. I love the cable down the front. It just fits so well. The title of this one is Jurmala. So it's Jurmala. This is a beach in Latvia. So I went there in 2018 with my family, and it was cold and grey and kind of miserable. Again, I'm super biased. I think I said this before. I'm so biased to Australian beaches. Like, we got the best, especially in Western Australia. Like, I know you guys think that the East Coast are better. Nah, Western Australia are the best. Not so much Perth, the city, but a little bit south, a little bit north. You can't beat it. Also really rocky and a lot of boat crashes and stuff, but really cool for scuba diving. So yeah, we've just got awesome beaches. So the lazy lapping of the waves that was in Jurmala, I just found it super interesting because we don't have dull grey beaches. Oh, that sounds so rude, but you know what I mean. We don't have dull grey beaches in Australia, whereas not really. Whereas, you know, I went there and it was in the middle of summer. Like, it was meant to be 20 something degrees, which by the way in Europe is humid. And yeah, it was just so I enjoyed the experience, and it's obviously stayed with me enough to design what I think is a really cool jumper. I just think the constructions of it is really interesting, but both underwhelming in the beach and I'm finding in this design. So there's a few things I wanted to do. I didn't want to add any waist shaping. If I kind of awkwardly hover, there's no waist shaping in here. There is a split hem, which I just like personally. I do want to put, oh no, there is a bit of waist shaping. I lie. I was going to make more better waist shaping, especially because the cable does tuck in at the front. So I wanted to have more on the side just to make it look more feminine. Because unless you're as blessed as I am, you need shaping to really make it look nicer. But then to go with that, I needed to have better something up here. So whether this is going to be a better yoke detailing at the front, because it is a top-down raglan. So whether it's just better up here, I don't know. But this, for me, the top little bit and then the rest of it doesn't fit. It's like two different jumpers that I've somehow put together. So I will be re-knitting it and fixing it. Now I'm going to take this off because it is, like I said, almost 30 degrees and quite warm. Whew. Okay, and fluffy. Excuse me. So, because I'm not, bring you back, bring you closer. And actually to my face. Ooh. Hello, much better. There we go. Now I can see you. Well, I can see me. You can see me. I want to see you. I have to figure out somehow how to do that. Maybe like a Zoom party one day. We'll see. Anyway, to be able to do that again, I thought I would get these two and put them together, which guys, I love anything mohair and soft and beautiful. And I thought that this one would be a bit nicer, like it's thicker. It's more of maybe a worsted. So I figured that this and this would make the gauge for that a lot easier. And also that is yarn that I bought in Latvia, and I don't exactly know how commercially available it is, whereas I know that this base is, or this yarn weight is going to be easier to find. So even if you don't buy exactly this to be able to knit the jumper with, which of course you don't have to, but at least it's an easier gauge to be able to reach, and it's easier weight of yarn to be able to buy. So this is, I'll go start with this one. This is Hello Princeling. So just like Hello Witchling was Dorian to Manon, Hello Princeling was Manon to Dorian. So these two kind of go together too. Wow, I'm such a nerd with this series, but I love it. This is on her Cecil base, which is 100% superwash. Oh, superwash, SW, superwash. Wow, that took me a while. Superwash BFL. So that's Blueface Lister. This is an Aran weight, so I clearly need to work on my sight of yarns. This is an Aran weight. It is 100 grams and 181 yards. So I do believe that I'll be able to get gauge and knit that up, but I might be re-knitting my test swatch just to kind of add it all in, but we'll see. Then this one here is Deep Sea Naiad. So this is the only one that I bought, aside from her other minis, that do not have a Throne of Glass combination. But this is just like, can you just appreciate how absolutely stunning that is? And combined with this, like the blues pick up, but then those jewel colors are just going to pop so well. So pretty. So again, this is on her fig lace, which is 70% kid mohair, 30% silk. It is her lace weight, 50 grams for 460 yards. So these are my new purchases. They've come. This package did not get looked into by Australia Post. Maybe they would just check in on the advent. So that's it for today. Knit Crate hasn't come, and I am about to run off and get into my comfy PJ clothes now that I've opened everything and can relax, that there's no other surprises. I'm going to continue knitting on my Advent calendar scarf, the Wattle Wizardry Advent 2020, and I'm going to continue writing up the emails that I get to send everyone. I am having so much fun sending everyone emails each day, and I'm trying to run along with what Anna has said on each, where are we? On the front of each, so I'm trying to make them incorporated into it, which I'm just really enjoying. So that's that. If you would like to follow me on socials, I'm most commonly found on Instagram, so that's wattle and .wool. Turns out when I tried to make the Instagram, I did make it properly, like it was wattle and wool, and then for some really silly reason Instagram glitched and then it wouldn't let me onto that, so I had to make a new one, which was wattle and .wool, because it, I don't know, skizzed out. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's where I'm found. I'm also on Ravelry, but I tend to forget to jump on there a lot. So if you send me a Ravelry message, also message me on Instagram so I can double check it, because I'm that slow at it. I'm trying to be better, but I'm not there yet. And I'm thinking about... Sorry, I was thinking about thinking. I'm thinking about designing a couple of free patterns as well over the next year. and then trying to start up like a mailing list, like an email list. So this is to talk about any upcoming patterns that I've got, any like to promote any test knitting that I need, to just kind of advertise what I'm doing, and I'll probably give discount codes for any paid patterns that come up in my through my mailing list as well. So let me know if that would be a thing that you like. I see some designers do it and I think it's cool. I'm not the kind of person to be in your inbox all the time. Clearly I do this every few weeks, and even then I don't always have a lot to show you, so it would be super chill. But let me know if that's something that you would enjoy, and I will try and write up a really cool newsletter. Newsletter sounds so old. Like a cool, hey, it's what I've been doing, it's what I made for you, tell me if you like it, commentary? I don't know. How are you? What's been new with you? So have you gotten any new yarn? Do you have any other advent calendars? At the moment I have 3. I have Anna's one, I have the Plies and Hellhounds, the Advent of Minis one, and lastly I've got a Christmas elf buddy swap. So Anna started it. I can't say I did anything. Anna came up with this. It was Anna's idea. She arranged it all. All I did was go into my stash and find 24 yarns that I thought went together, and I curated them into a little package and then sent them off to my person. She also sent me, it's over there, it's too far. She also sent me one, and so I've been posting those up every day as well, because they're so cute. So yeah, what advent calendars do you have? What have you been knitting? What are you knitting yourself for Christmas? Tell me all about it. What books do you read? Tell me recommendations. Tell me if you love Sarah J Maas as well. If you know of any authors like Sarah J Maas, please let me know, because I'm always looking out for good new authors that I'm going to fall in love with. Okay, I think that's it. All right, bye.